go right into it with our first team to go up. So our first team today is Airborne. So Airborne, come on up. So as you guys are coming up, just so you know, Dr. Shailene Tanimoto today has very generously volunteered to be our timekeeper. So you will see the time on her screen.
Good morning from Team Airborne.co from Los Osos High School. My name is Bettina Lee, and I'm joined today by my teammates, Gabby, James, Nathan, and Faustin. Now, I'm sure you might be wondering why these high schoolers are completely incapable of spelling, but that is most definitely not how you spell Purifier. Actually, that is how we are intending on spelling it, because Purifier is a play on both purify and fire, because the problem that we are trying to address with our Purifier respirator is meant to address wildfire carcinogens. Now, we all love SoCal for its beauty. Disneyland, Malibu beaches, in and out, am I right? But the reality behind that beauty is that SoCal is actually the most wildfire-prone region in all of America. Actually, Purifier itself is inspired by the infamous Palisades wildfire that devastated our SoCal community last year. What many people don't realize is that wildfire smoke contains carcinogens known as volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, which leads to lung cancer, the deadliest cancer.
Some of the most concerning VOCs found in wildfire smoke include formaldehyde, benzene, and acrolein. The molecular models being passed around depict the different chemical properties and structures of the VOCs, and these compounds are especially dangerous because traditional respirators are optimized to capture particulate matter, while VOC molecules are often smaller than 1 nanometer. Our primary target users are firefighters, especially during overhaul phases after active flames are controlled and their SCBA respirators are often removed. However, the SCBA is extremely heavy and restricts their mobility. They also face up to 14% higher lung cancer mortality risk compared to the general population.
Beyond firefighters, this also creates a large underserved market involving wildfire response agencies, outdoor labor industries, and emergency preparedness programs. As the issue of climate change continues increasingly, wildfire intensity explodes. This thus promotes the demand for portable VOC protections. When we compared current alternatives, we found that most products only address one part of the problem. N95 masks primarily target particles. SCBAs are expensive and extremely bulky. And activated charcoal systems eventually saturate without degrading VOCs.
The respiratory protection industry already exceeds $5 billion globally and is projected to continue growing rapidly over the next several years. However, there is currently no lightweight, scalable, reusable respirator specifically designed to target wildfire VOCs. This industry gap became the foundation for Purifier.
Here you can see our respirator design, and Gabby, or James, is passing out our 3D printed model of it. So we incorporated dual intake filters, a sealed silicone fit, and a chemochromic indicator that visually responds to VOC exposure, providing real-time feedback for users. And continuing on, our filtration system uses multiple layers working together sequentially. The pre-filter captures larger particles, the HEPA filter targets fine particulate matter, activated carbon absorbs VOCs, and the titanium dioxide zeolite layer supports photocatalytic degradation. And shown here are the materials that work together to achieve approximately 8 to 12 hours of active VOC protection per charge cycle.
Now, in order for Purifier to be actually regenerative, we rely on a process known as photocatalysis. Zeolite acts as a nanoporous scaffold that absorbs VOC molecules, while nitrogen-doped titanium dioxide generates reactive oxygen species under LED light to actively degrade VOCs.
Our chemochromic indicator layer provides an additional safety feature. As VOC exposure increases, the indicator ring undergoes a visible color shift that gives users an immediate warning without external sensors.
From a business perspective, Purifier offers 3 major advantages: affordability, scalability, and recurring revenue through replacement cartridges. Compared to conventional SCBAs that can cost thousands of dollars, our system is priced to remain far more financially accessible.
Shown here is our 4-year plan. And our funding supports R&D, pilot manufacturing, and expansion. Year 1 funds prototype tools and testing, while Year 2 focuses on NIOSH, pre-assessment, and small batch production. Year 3 targets a 5,000 unit launch, and Year 4 hopes to expand nationally.
Our target retail price is approximately $129 per unit, which positions Purifier significantly below the cost of traditional respiratory systems, while still maintaining a projected 65% gross margin. We estimate operational break-even within approximately 3 to 4 years, with an initial launch of around 5,000 units.
To close it off, although Team Airborne.co may still be incapable of spelling the word purifier, we hope Purifier has shown how nanotechnology can move beyond the laboratory and become a scalable solution for one of California's fastest growing public health crises. Thank you, and now we are open to questions.
Excellent presentation. You talked about using catalytic degradation of the volatile organic compounds, and you said you're going to create reactive oxygen species. Should we be worried about breathing those reactive oxygen species?
That's a great question. So within our product of Purifier, we do recognize that reactive oxygen species could potentially be harmful to users. However, we utilize a binding agent made from non-colloidal silica that mitigates that risk and traps the nanoparticles within the filter mesh.
Great, thank you.
Great presentation. Were you inspired for this topic from the fires? Did anyone lose a house or have personal experience dealing with the fires, or firefighters?
Yeah, that's a great question, Judge. Thank you so much. Actually, last year during the Palisades wildfire, because we all lived in the area where the Palisades wildfire was happening, like the sky had turned orange, the air smelled like smoke, and school for us was actually canceled. Now, while we went home and we took naps and we enjoyed our day off from school, the firefighters were out here actually battling the wildfires. That was the reason why we were able not to go to school. So that was the reason why we're so passionate about this, because we've lived through the experience. We've seen what happens when wildfires take over a community. We've seen what happens when the air is silently killing the people around us. So that is why we are so passionate about giving back to those who protect us at the very front lines.
Hi guys, love the enthusiasm. Great presentation. Yeah, I want to dig deeper on your TAM analysis and your market analysis. So is that, I believe it was a $5 billion market growing, 7% compounding annually to, 8 billion by 2030, something like that? What exactly, yeah, this is the slide, right? Is this market, is this specifically catered towards firefighters, frontline workers? Who exactly is this product initially going towards?
That's a great question. So while Purifier is designed for firefighters, the use could extend to people in wildfire-prone regions, such as Southern California. Purifier is not designed to be a replacement for the SCBA, but instead a commodity. What that means is during the overhaul phase, firefighters often prematurely take off their SCBA when they are done firefighting. However, there are still lots of volatile organic compounds in the air. That is where Purifier is meant to come. For a post-cleanup type of thing. Also, because it is so lightweight, because it is relatively affordable, we could extend it out to the general public to be able to use in the future.
And as a company, we're always looking to expand our market and our audiences and our population. So we plan to use the current mechanism that we used in this portable air filtration system for firefighters, for the general public, like Faustin mentioned. We plan to do this through panels. So kind of similar to like the current air purifier in homes, but instead of using like the current filtration system that they have we want to kind of mimic the same mechanism that we have right now for firefighters and use it for people and their own households. So when fires like the current Sandy fire that's happening, we've all seen that happening, when that enters into these communities, we're now able to use the same mechanism to be able to protect people from VOC inhalation.
And as Faustin said previously, our design of Purifier is a commodity. This is not a replacement for the N95 mask or the SCBA system. This is just an addition that we aim to fill the market gap of what is not available. As Purifier, we aim to fulfill that gap, not replace it.
Anyone else have a question? I just want to. Okay, so you made this statement. First of all, this is a highly polished presentation. It reflects a lot of effort, and you are one of the most polished groups that I've seen. So
Thank you so much.
great
really
job,
appreciate
really
it.
great job. So you mentioned that lung cancer is the worst cancer. You may want to think your approach on that. I would suggest that the worst cancer is the one your family member has. So there are other pretty bad cancers like glioblastoma, that's a really bad one. Pancreatic cancer, that's a really, really bad one too. So you might want to think about changing that wording to one of the most challenging cancers that we have to tackle. So, okay, I heard the gong.
Are we
Thank you
able
very
to-
much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.